Let me tell you, but Ricky's a tough customer. If you can even get close to leaving in the same area as Ricky, you can consider yourself talented and blessed, believe me.
Still in that pit area. Looks like they're spinning it over and firing it up. He may be able to make it, but you know what? It's now time. He's supposed to be in the front of the staging lane, Skinny.
Yeah, and it's a shame because Jimmy Rector, you can see how hard this crew's worked. Bill Coolman, some days, Ted, it's better to be lucky than good, and Bill's obviously good and capable, but today he's got Lady Luck on his side, and he is going to get to make a solo into the final.
And I don't think they're aware of it. They're still warming the motor down there in the stop pit area. Now they're going to shut it down and find out the bad news. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Coolman is staging the car up right now. Now, let's see if he can figure out what to do, if he'll stand in it or try and save the clutch.
Either way, he's going to be in the final against Mike Ashley. AMS staff leasing all the people on hand. It looks like he's going to save the clutch, Ted.
Indeed he is. He'll just idle it through. He'll be ready for the final, but he doesn't know what tune-up to put on this car yet. With this drastic temperature drop, that could really cost him.
Congratulations to Bill and Vicky. The irony of this is, Ted, Mitch Stott had actually made it all the way under the tower. He was back in the lanes ready to go. Just didn't get there in time. Bill's going to make it to the final. Mitch, what a disappointment. They worked so hard.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, he may not know a darn thing about this track, but he's in the final.
I looked over and I didn't see anybody.
Never saw him all the way down the track.
Never saw him all the way down. In fact, I never saw anything. I was kind of looking around enjoying the crowd.
Actually, and I know you've been there before, so I know you can relate, but they had just dropped Mitch Stott's car to the ground when you were coming around the bend of the staging lanes. He almost made it, but not quite.
Well, I feel sorry for those guys because they run hard. And, you know, I've been walking up to Mike Ashley all this race, rubbing up against him, saying, give me some of that luck. I keep losing with 20s. He keeps winning with whatever. Maybe their luck rubbed off.
Apparently, but keep in mind, you do have to run a car in the final that's gone 2 623s in a row.
That's good. I'm set up to run somebody.
So that'll set up a great final. It'll be Mike Ashley, Bill Coolman, the number 5 and 6 qualifiers. 1, 2, 3, and 4 are out. Time for Pro Mod Profiles, a close look at the stars that run the AMS Pro Mod series.
You can go all the way back to the mid-1960s and the birth of Pro Stock and later funny car eliminators. But more importantly, it was the mid-1980s when the really wild late model style door slammers became popular. And there was a young 21-year-old driver out of Long Island, New York, who gained an awful lot of fans by setting an awful lot of records. His name was Mike Ashley. And even at that young age, he displayed an incredible ability for professionalism, not to mention his driving talent, and managed to secure some of the best teams ever to put together a championship-winning car. Of course, it wasn't until the creation of Pro Modified that he had championships to chase. But now, here we are, what, a dozen years later, I guess, and you are the most relaxed we have seen you all season long. It's like the weight of the world has been lifted off your shoulders.
Brett, I feel great. I really do. NHRA has done a phenomenal job in giving us the exposure that we need. The result has been that I secured a major sponsorship with Infinite Insurance and Financial. Also, Slur, great band. Wait till you guys hear this concert because they're going to be playing NHRA races.
Wait. You're sponsored by a band that's going to play at NHRA races?
Absolutely. That's the plan. They're going to be in Las Vegas. And let me tell you something. They are good. If you think I could drive good, they can sing good. I just feel like I'm on cloud 9. Can't ask for a better day. Hey, I just got to try and go win this thing. And you know Coleman, he's tough. Pulls it out when you least expect it.
Yeah, but I'll reiterate, you are the most calm, you're the most collected, you don't even appear focused, you just appear like you're at work. You're just here to do the job, get it over with, and go out and have dinner.
Don't make that mistake. I am focused. I'm just not going to show you I'm focused, but I'm focused, and I'm also praying.
But compare it, if you will, to the last race before this deal was secured at Memphis.
Oh, yeah.
You were wired at Memphis.
Yeah.
You were wired.
I was definitely wired. You know, we try to work out the car. You know, don't forget, this is a new engine program. Chuck Ford and my team, they are just absolutely terrific. They've put together a great engine program here. They prepared this car great, and you can just see it progress through the races. Don't forget, this is only its 3rd race. We've been in the semifinal and 2 finals. So, I mean, I got to take my hat off to them. They did a great job.
We'll take a break. Another guy that's focused, Bill Coolman. He'll meet Ashley when we return to Ennis, Texas. Stay tuned. World coverage of the AMS Staff Leasing Pro Modified Challenge is being brought to you by Moroso Performance Products. Race-proven Moroso. And by United Specialties, home of the Trend Center. And before we get to the finals, it's time for Pros Pick, brought to you by AMS Staff Leasing. It's the Pros Pick with Bill Kuhlman.
We're in Dallas, Texas. When I go to Texas, I think of oil country. And what better product when you look at oil than Lucas? I personally tested their products on the dyno on my engine, and I've noticed that they have picked up a sponsorship on one of the quickest Pro Modified cars in the country, Ricky Smith's Viper. What a marriage this will be in Pro Modified. But more than that, Ricky uses a product that really works. You can assemble engines with this product. It will not run off of your parts. When you use a product like this in your engine, it's not just an oil thickener. It's a stabilizer. The oil stays on the parts. It creates what we call better crush loads if you're going to use it in a rear end. You can use it in transmissions. There's no end to the use. You can use the Lucas heavy-duty oil stabilizer. And heavy-duty Pro Modified Lucas, look for Ricky Smith to run a lot quicker and a lot stronger, but a lot safer.
Well, he did pretty well this weekend, but he didn't make it to the final. We'll remind you, for all the latest news and notes from the world of motorsport, and for all the latest from NHRA, visit rpm.espn.com, keyword NHRA. They burned out right now, Kenny Nowling. It's going to be the number 5 and 6 qualifiers, but Bill Kuhlman still doesn't know if he can get down this track in this temperature.
No doubt about it. It's going to be a roll of the dice for Bill and Vicky. Mike Ashley's got the car running 2 23s in a row. He could bracket race this thing. The happiest guy on these grounds this weekend, Ted, Dave Wood, the president of AMS Staff Leasing, the guy behind all of this, finally has his car in the final this year. Bill Kuhlman doing a great job this weekend. Interestingly enough, though, Infinite sells AMS's product. That's what they do. They go out to the public and market and sell AMS Staff Leasing. So, for all intents and purposes, Dave Wood's got 2 cars in the final this weekend, Ted.
Well, we'll point out Mike Ashley has run 2 623s like a bracket racer. Bill Kuhlman has run, well, whatever. That's Vicky Shields, Bill's honest crew chief. She actually works on this car and calls a lot of the shots as they stage them up. We'll see what happens. We'll know in moments. Kuhlman having trouble and rolls through the beams. Bill Kuhlman could not hold it in the stage beam. Rolled through. Mike Ashley will single to a 627, 223 miles per hour. I wonder if he knows what happened to Bill Kuhlman back up there on the starting line. Let's go back and take a look at it. You can see Bill was pre-staged, then he staged and never actually quit rolling. He rolled right through the beams before the tree could count down. Let's go to Brett with our winner.
I practiced this for so long, I can feel it. Let me just tell you, first of all, to be at the NHRA, to have the privilege of racing here, and then winning an NHRA event, I'm just thrilled to death. And I got to tell you something, my team, Chuck Ford, Vinnie Marino, Alan Atkins, Mark Atkins, these guys are the best. Without them, there's no way I'd be able to do this. This Infinite Willys is bad. I'm telling you, we're here to stay. I feel good about it. We're here to stay.
And like I said, calm, collected. It's a whole new Mike Ashley.
Well, if you follow me over here, I'm about to jump up and down in a minute as soon as I get off the camera.
And for all those folks who watched that 21-year-old kid at Englishtown 12 years ago who said, who's this kid?
Yeah.
Final payback.
Hey, baby, you know what? When it's time to show him, you got to show him. And I think we showed him.
He showed him how to get to second place. Shannon Jenkins has it locked up, but second, third, and fourth, that's a race that'll be settled in Las Vegas. We'll see you there. Until then, I'm Ted Jones for Kenny Nowling and Brett Kepner. So long, everyone. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. 2002 Pro Mod Challenge Championship. But now, the fight is on for number 2 between Thomas Patterson, Mike Ashley, and one guy with a little more on his mind than the Pro Mod finale, Mitch Stott.
Can't leave at the end of this year with him outrunning me again.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this ESPN Speed World coverage of the final race of the AMS Staff Leasing Pro Mod Challenge, held as a part of the AC Delco NHRA Nationals at the Strip at Las Vegas. But while all the Pro Mod racing will occur on this strip, part of the Las Vegas Motor Speedway complex, some of the action has already happened on this strip. It was at the Mandalay Bay that a banquet for the Pro Mod crews was hosted by Dave Wood and the AMS Staff Leasing crew. who indicated their satisfaction with the AMS Staff Leasing Series for 2002.
Pro Mod, it's not for everybody, but all you find is once you try it, you really like it.
And how true that statement is turning out to be. For that wasn't the only news to emerge this week. Pro Street racer and team owner Pat Musey, a pioneer in running fuel injection, has decided to ratchet up his efforts with the Pro Modified field.
The actual real game plan is to run Pro Mod next year.
Really?
And I have a 41 Willys coming from Tommy Mooney that's heading to the paint shop within a week.
In addition to that, pit rumors have it Scotty Cannon is considering a Pro Modified effort. But enough on that. Let's talk about what's happened so far this week with Fred Kepner.
Well, Ted, the battle here at the Strip marks the culmination of one long and strange trip. The season, 10 races long of the AMS Staff Leasing Pro Modified Tour here at NHRA Powerade competition has been, well, everything we could have dreamed it would have been. Certainly the battles that we have witnessed this year have been unprecedented in Pro Modified competition anywhere in the country. Qualifying had its own spectacular moments. Witness Ricky Smith and his Lucas Oil Dodge Viper with an intake manifold explosion on the starting line, but have no fear, Ricky qualified in the program regardless. And so did another Viper, the one owned by Dennis Radford out of the Northwest, who ran an unprecedented 227 miles per hour for the fastest nitrous oxide car speed of the season. And let's not forget Mitch Stott in the Radiac Abrasives Corvette, the supercharged behemoth that has been one of the quickest and fastest cars on the AMS Tour, ran 6.29 seconds, only to be upstaged in the third qualifying session by Thomas Patterson in the Venom 63 Corvette from Texas. The supercharged car ran 6.27 seconds to qualify number 2. And number 2 has key significance in this field. You see, the World Championship points battle in the AMS Staff Leasing Tour has come down to a three-way battle for the second position between Thomas Patterson, recent Dallas champion Mike Ashley, and the aforementioned Mitch Stott in the Radiac Abrasives Corvette. But what about number 1, you say? Well, once again, the odds were defied. Brewing between this guy.
Two beautiful 41 Willys. He has his opponent, 1949 lead sled.
Absolutely.
Good green light start. Actually, Rocca had the 20. And he got the way through, though, having problems at the halfway point. Mike Ashley, a little smoke there at the finish line. 6:35, 2:21.
6:35. Next maybe Shannon. But this Infinite Willys is here to stay. I'm telling you, I think we're going to get him this time. He's tough.
Number 2 at this event. Both of them blown. Big block, 5:26 on alcohol. Radford.